The 2026 season is upon us, and in This Week in MXA, presented by O'Neill Racing, we're going to dive into the details of the 2026 models, what's going to be updated for next year. We're also getting into Mammoth Motocross this week. We got a sick tour of a MotoBox Adventure van. This thing's got everything you need and more. Let's dive into it. The Yamaha YZ450F won our shootout in 2023. The bike was all new. It went from a stable, fast, straight line stability YZ450F to a quick turning, nimble, and much skinnier and slimmer YZ450F in 2023. That's when the bike was all new. That's when we got to go out to the Star Racing Yamaha facility and test it for the first time. That bike won MXA shootout in 23 and in 24, but it wasn't perfect. It did have a few issues, but it was able to take the top spot because it was the best out of the rest. Then in 2025, KTM improved their chassis quite a bit. Honda improved their chassis quite a bit, and they both jumped ahead of the YZ450 in our 450 shootout. But we still like that bike, especially me. I've been racing it non-stop lately. I raced it at the Nationals. I'm racing it this week at Mammoth, and I'm excited for the updates that are coming on the YZ450F for 2026. Starting off, the big one, the frame. Yamaha has made changes to the frame to make it more stable and make the bike handle a little bit better. In our 450 shootout, we talk about head shake, we talk about being a little bit unstable at speeds, but the big thing we talk about with the YZ450F is the engine. The loudest, fastest, it's the only real 450 engine in the class. All the other 450s right now can be categorized as linear, mellow. The YZ450F is a beast. It is a strong beast, it is loud, and it is just a gnarly power on the track, and because of that, it actually scares away a lot of riders. I've met quite a few people who bought a YZ450F, felt like they couldn't handle it, they sold it, they bought a Honda or a KTM. Now for 2026, Yamaha has updated their chassis to be a little more stable at speeds, a little better at tip in on corners. They also updated the engine, so the new engine has been made quieter thanks to a baffle in the muffler, also some changes to the intake to make the YZ450F a little bit quieter to meet FIM and AMA regulations, which are going down here next year and the years following. And for me, I'm able to ride it pretty well, but when we put a vented airbox cover on like we did for Mammoth this week, there's no way. I have to run earplugs, and I know a lot of people that like riding with earplugs. I personally don't. I want to hear as much as I can, especially with other riders behind me. But this week at Mammoth, I'm definitely going to be running some earplugs in our YZ450F. Another big update I'm really excited about. I love gripper seat covers. It's coming with the gripper seat cover for 2026. But the plastics, I get my boot caught on the plastics quite a bit. The top of my boot gets caught underneath the side number plates and catches on there. It can be kind of scary. I noticed it the very first time I rode it in Florida at the Star Racing Yamaha facility, and since then I've had it. It depends on what boots I'm wearing, but it definitely does catch on there, so I'm thankful for new plastics on the YZ450F. A funny note about the YZ450F, the front number plate looks like it came straight off a Stark Varg. I know it's not identical, but it's pretty dang close. Kind of funny to poke fun at that Stark maybe influenced the Yamaha bodywork. You got to think that the designer at Stark is proud of his work and seeing Yamaha copy it. So front number plate, pretty interesting, and it also does look like the Ducati. Ducati also has a similar, very modern, sleek, minimalist style bodywork. So excited for the YZ450F updates and excited to see that bike. Also on the list of updates is the Yamaha YZ125 two-stroke. It's got new jetting, new mapping, and an updated intake and air boot on the YZ125. So double thumbs up to Yamaha continuing to produce two-strokes and even making updates. They're small minor updates, but we're thankful for updates on the 2026 YZ125. The YZ450F also comes stock with a hydraulic clutch for 2026. Now this is a big update. Yamaha was the last major manufacturer besides Suzuki to still have a cable clutch on their 450F. For the last couple of years, they've had a Brembo add-on kit that you could buy through the GYTR Yamaha catalog, and you could put a hydraulic clutch on your YZ450F. Now for 2026, it comes stock with a Nissan hydraulic clutch. So not the same Brembo kit that we've been putting on our YZ450F for the last couple years, but it does come with hydraulic. So cable clutch guys are out of luck. You won't be able to run a cable clutch on the YZ450F, unfortunately, unless you go back and order some old cases and kind of retrofit the old cable clutch onto the new cases for the 2026 YZ450F. So there have been some changes there, and cable clutch guys are out of luck. Hydraulic clutch guys are thankful. In other 2026 news, Beta has announced some big updates to their 450F. They've updated the cylinder head, intake, and exhaust to boost the power on the Beta 450RX. They've also made suspension updates, mapping updates, and quite a few updates. So pretty cool to see Beta continuing to evolve their Beta 450RX. They made small updates last year. It seems like 2026, even bigger updates, and we're excited to ride that bike. But the big news from the Italian Beta manufacturer, they have announced that they're getting rid of their 300cc two-stroke, and they've added in a 250cc two-stroke and a 350 two-stroke. Both of them are motocross bikes. These are not off-roaders. These are motocross bikes from Beta. The 250cc will allow you to race 450 classes, and you won't be limited to only the open class. But then that 350, it replaces the 300. Even more power, even more displacement, and really cool to see Beta adding more motocross bikes to their lineup. So awesome there. Other updates from Honda, no changes for 2026. They didn't even update the graphics. The graphics are identical from 25 to 26 on the Honda CRF 250 and 450. The Works Edition models do come in stock. The CRF 250 did jump up $100 on MSRP, so that bike's $8,399. The stock Honda 450, $9,699. As for the Kawasaki, no updates for Kawasaki except for graphics. They did change the graphics for 2026. Kawasaki KX450, same price, $10,500. KX250, $8,900. So same prices for the Kawasaki models. KX450 SR is back on the model list for 2026 as well from Kawasaki. So cool to see that. No updates so far from KTM on 2026 models. Triumph obviously just came out with their TF450 RC recently, and we have that bike in store, so we don't expect any announcements on 2026 models yet. The Ducati Desmo 450, that should be coming here hopefully in August. We'll see them here in the US. Looking forward to getting that bike and putting some time on it on California tracks. The MXA Wrecking Crew, we've already had a blast up in Mammoth this week, and I haven't even gotten there yet. It was Sean Bushnell, Allison Bushnell, and Josh Fout representing for MXA up there with Bodie and Jet on the cameras capturing all the action. That weekend was successful. The guys had fun, and even Allison killed it. She was on a 350 in the 40 plus B class and hole shotted a bunch of guys as the only woman on the track. So Allison, great job. 350 hole shot against a bunch of 450s. That was pretty cool. So good stuff up there with those guys. Track looked fun, and I'm excited to head up there right after this video. The mini bike kids, they're representing right now at Mammoth, having some fun up there in the orange helmets. We're gonna do some bowling with them this week, have a good time, and I'll be watching their races on Wednesday. I'll be excited to race myself up there on our YZ450F and also on our twisted built KTM 250 SXF. But how are we getting there? Now that's a great question. We got a brand new adventure van from MotoBox, same company that built the van that we took to the Nationals. They gave us their full-on camper style van for Mammoth. Let's check it out. This is the MotoBox Adventure van. Everything you need to go to the track to have an awesome weekend of camping and living outdoors. For Paula and Hangtown, we had a moto-specific MotoBox van. Now they have the ultimate adventure van. We could still fit 2 bikes in the back, but everything about this van is built to go outdoors. Let's take a look. The foundation of the adventure van is built on a Mercedes 3500 Sprinter with a 4-cylinder diesel engine pumping out 211 horsepower. Chad over at MotoBox completely customizes his vans. This one here is luxury. It's got everything you can imagine packed into the Sprinter van. But the good news is, if you buy your own Sprinter van, you don't have to throw everything in. We just want to show you what kind of options are available at MotoBox. This is more than just a Mercedes Sprinter van. This is more like a motorhome. We got a sink up here in the front for washing dishes. We got our own stove, dual panel here for cooking eggs in the morning at the track. Make sure you're ready to go. Plenty of storage up here for salt, pepper, cups, everything you need. Of course, we got a couch on the side here. We got a fold out little table to make it easy to work and eat at the track. More storage, microwave, and the craziest part about it is we got our own bathroom in here. Check it out. This is a dual system bathroom. We got the toilet, but we also got the shower. Plug in this guy down here and we're ready to go take a shower after a long day at the track. But the list goes on. There's even more. We got ice chests, and they're actually not ice chests, refrigerators in the back here. Plugged in, ready to go. Got my coconut water, nice and cool, ready for a day at the track. We got casino grade carpet down here. This will not stain, this will not be damaged, so very strong. Storage underneath on the side here. We can throw in our Chirby's number plate, my Fast Company Flex handlebars I'll be running this weekend at Mammoth. and lots of storage under here for chairs, all kinds of cool stuff, but got something cooler above me. That's right, this thing has a fully retractable bed that goes up and down in the back of the van. I'm 6 foot tall, plenty of space back here to get a quality night's sleep before a big day at the track. From the indoors to the outdoors, the features on this van continue to blow my mind. We got water on board to wash your bike. Also got a separate hose attachment to take an outdoor shower after a day of riding. That's pretty important. We also have dual awnings on both sides, so you can host friends on the right, you can host friends on the left, with awnings that are also smart awnings. If they get a little windy, they'll bring themselves in on their own. And no matter how far off the grid you are, this van is built to make you feel plugged in luxury style. It's got a massive inverter and battery on board. We've got an AC unit in the back and even solar panels on top to make sure your devices are charged no matter how far you are from civilization. Chad and the guys over at MotoBox leave no stone unturned. I'm honestly mind blown at how amazing this van is. The more time I spend in it, the more impressed I am with this thing. The Adventure Moto Van, this thing's brand new. We're taking it to Mammoth to break it in the right way at the track, and then after we're done with it, it's going back to Peoria, Arizona, where MotoBox is based out of, and it's gonna be available for rent for just $225 a day plus insurance. So be sure to check out the MotoBox in Arizona to get this van rented out. Or if you're interested in having your own van built out, MotoBox does everything, as you guys can see, custom builds for anyone looking to get their van dialed in.
Southwick, Massachusetts, Moto 1. The Lawrence brothers are unreal on these starts. It's going to be jet knifing to the inside of Hunter.
And of course, this weekend is the Southwick National, one of the gnarliest nationals of the year, the only real sand track we have on the national circuit here in the US. It's going to be an exciting one. Hayden Deegan and Jet Lawrence, of course, wear the red plates heading into round 5 of the Pro Motocross Series. Hayden Deegan has a 42-point lead over Joe Shimoda, 62 points lead over Garrett Marchbanks and Chance Hymas, who are tied for 3rd. Obviously, Chance Hymas, he had that ACL injury at High Point. If you guys haven't seen the update yet, he is unfortunately out and will need surgery. So bummer for the guy that was in 3rd place and the guy that won at Thunder Valley, the only guy to beat Hayden Deegan so far. So Deegan, massive points lead over Tom Vial, 69 points over him and 70 points over Levi Kitchen. And we're not even halfway into the championship. So Hayden Deegan's got a strong run going into Southwick. 450 class, Jet Lawrence, 28-point lead over Eli Tomac, 34-point lead over Aaron Plessinger, and a 37-point lead over his brother Hunter Lawrence. This weekend, Roost MX is sponsoring the MXA Fantasy League app. MXA Fantasy League is free to download, free to play, and you can win awesome prizes each weekend. Onyx Off-Road is continuing to be the sponsor of the MXA Fantasy League, bringing it to you guys for free all season long. Onyx Off-Road has all the maps you need throughout the US to get you dialed in for off-road riding in your truck or your bike or your UTV. So check out Onyx Off-Road and use our code to save. Also, Roost MX giving away graphics. It's a free set of graphics from Roost MX plus a $250 shopping spree. So they got all kinds of stuff on their website, from pit apparel and stuff like that. $250 can save you with some custom stuff from Roost MX. Plus, get your bike dialed in with a free set of graphics. It's the same graphics that I ran at the Nationals and that I'll be running on my Yamaha this weekend at Mammoth. So thanks to Roost MX for sponsoring that. Thank you guys for watching this video. We'll see you guys at Mammoth.